From the Detroit Free Press, it's Friday. Here are today's top stories, presented by Bush's Fresh Food Market. Bush's has over 4,000 Michigan products, including the freshest fruit and vegetables, meat, seafood, and baked goods. Stop by one of Bush's 16 locations for the personal service you expect from your neighborhood grocer.
For the Detroit Free Press Autos team, I'm Jamie LaRue. General Motors plans to bring self-driving vehicles to market by 2025. So on Wednesday, at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, GM offered the public a peek at its vision of what those future cars might look like and do. GM revealed a concept car called InnerSpace. It's a two-passenger, electric, and fully autonomous luxury vehicle. InnerSpace has seats that swing out for ease of entry and a giant glass roof for stargazing while it drives you and a companion to, say, the beach, where maybe another GM concept vehicle awaits you called OpenSpace. OpenSpace is a self-driving mobile hotel room. GM will reveal OpenSpace in its entirety at a later date, but GM hinted that OpenSpace is more than a bed on wheels. It would have a minibar, a sink, and other amenities like a hotel room or an RV. Last year at CES, GM showed a concept of a personal flying autonomous car called Personal Space. GM also envisions a self-driving limo-like EV it calls Social Space to transport a group of people.
For the Detroit Free Press, I'm Keith Matheny. Researchers have discovered white-tailed deer infected with the COVID-19 virus just south of Michigan, a finding that one scientist called game-changing in the attempts to combat the global pandemic. Researchers at Ohio State University used nasal swab tests on 360 deer culled for overpopulation in 9 locations of northeast Ohio in the winter of 2021. They found at least 3 different COVID strains in 129 of the sampled deer, almost 36%. It's believed that the deer caught the virus from being exposed to it from people, perhaps as the virus was shed in human waste. While a USDA study last year found the presence of COVID antibodies in deer in several states, including Michigan, this is the first evidence of deer populations actively carrying and shedding the virus, not just being exposed to it. If the coronavirus is found to sustain itself in wild deer populations, perhaps passing the virus to other animal species or even back to humans, it could prove a large complication to getting past the global pandemic that has contributed to nearly 5.5 million deaths since late 2019. But whether that is happening is not yet clear and requires more research, scientists said.
This is Brian McCullum, music writer with the Detroit Free Press. One of rock's classic albums will come to life on the Little Caesars Arena stage this spring, courtesy of the Eagles, an orchestra, and a choir. Hotel California will be the showpiece as Don Henley and Company perform the 1976 record in its entirety on March 24th. The Detroit stop is among the latest batch of dates on the Eagles' ongoing commemorative tour, which launched in 2019. The 9-song Hotel California segment, featuring several of the band's biggest hits and album cuts that have been rarely performed live, will be followed by a set of other Eagles hits. Tickets for the show will go on sale at 10 a.m. January 14th. Shows in Chicago, Philadelphia, Nashville, and several other markets were also announced Thursday. The Eagles' latest touring incarnation is led by band co-founder Henley, joined by longtime members Joe Walsh and Timothy B. Schmidt, along with Vince Gill and Deacon Fry, son of late Royal Oak native Glenn Fry.
For more stories from the Detroit Free Press, be sure to check out Freep.com. That's FREEP.com. If you're a fan and want to support our quality local journalism, subscribe. Go to Freep.com/special offer.